Rashford's relationship with Ten Hag is strained at Man United. Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford endured a difficult 2023-2024 season under Erik Ten Hag, and the Dutch manager will now stay. Rashford's relationship with Ten Hag is strained, impacting his form and potential involvement with England. The forward's decision to switch PR firms, following Sancho and Ronaldo's lead, adds to the tension. Manchester United may consider selling Rashford to boost profits and fund transfers. Despite preference to keep him, Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford is going through a difficult spell at Old Trafford, and a report from Mail Online goes into detail about his relationship with Erik Ten Hag, which is said to be strained. The England international has undoubtedly been a key player for United for the majority of his career after coming through the academy at Old Trafford. Last season was an anomaly, with the 26-year-old struggling to create or score goals in the Premier League. His disappointing form led to Gareth Southgate opting not to select him for England ahead of Euro 2024, which must have been a devastating blow for a player who so regularly contributes to his country. There could be a host of different reasons for his performances declining, but it appears that his relationship with manager Ten Hag could be a factor. Rashford's relationship with Ten Hag is strained. The Man United star has now changed PR firm. A report from Mail Online has looked into the relationship between Ten Hag and Rashford at United, which has now been described as strained. Ten Hag previously disciplined the academy graduate over a birthday celebration following United's defeat to rivals Manchester City, followed by a 12-hour tequila bender a few months later. The report adds that Rashford, who is earning £315,000 a week, felt that the Dutch tactician was to blame by asking him to play deeper to help United's problems at fullback, with Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia enduring spells on the treatment table. The article comes just a few days after The Athletic's David Ornstein confirmed that Ten Hag would be staying at the club after an internal review by the decision-makers at Old Trafford. Rashford's decision to switch to a PR firm which represents Jadon Sancho and Cristiano Ronaldo, two other players who fell out with the United manager, understandably hasn't gone down well either. It will be interesting to see how Rashford feels about United's decision to keep Ten Hag in charge, but it's something he will be forced to deal with unless he decides to leave the club this summer. The English forward could now be up for sale, just like Sancho after his loan spell with Borussia Dortmund. Marcus Rashford has scored 17 goals and made 60 appearances for his country, but he won't be involved at Euro 2024. Man United to consider Rashford's sale. They would need a substantial offer according to David Ornstein. Manchester United will consider a sale of Rashford during the summer transfer window if a substantial offer arrives on the table. Due to coming through the academy, Rashford would represent pure profit on the books, meaning it would be a major boost for the Red Devils in terms of their profit and sustainability. It's understood that their preference would be to keep him at the club, but it will be difficult to turn down a significant offer considering it could help fund their transfer window. £50m start open to Man United move, and INEOS really want him. Man United are ready to push ahead with summer transfer plans now. Erik Ten Hag has been confirmed as staying at Old Trafford. Erik Ten Hag is set to be given contract extension despite rumours of a departure. Manchester United owners hope clarity over Ten Hag's position can kickstart the squad overhaul this summer. Jarrad Branthwaite is the main defensive target, with Jonathan&Zirkzee and Michael Olise among the options in attack. Erik Ten Hag was supposed to be a dead man walking, yet Manchester United are set to hand him a new contract and will quickly get to work on making sure he has an improved squad for next season. After plans around an end-of-season review dragged on, and other managers were spoken to about the possibility of succeeding him, pressure has been growing for the club to make a decision. Fans were becoming restless but now have some comfort in knowing that plans can begin to take shape more clearly for next season, after it became clear on Tuesday night that he will remain as boss. Failure to clarify Ten Hag's position, or to make an early breakthrough in the transfer market, would likely have seen the tension around Old Trafford escalate further in the coming days and weeks. Ten Hag was frustrated in recent days. The Dutchman will now meticulously plan United's pre-season talks with other managers, including Thomas Tuchel and Kieran McKenna, are evidence that Ten Hag's job really was in danger. Yet now his contract, which was due to expire in a year, must be extended to give him security as he leads the team into next season. The Tuchel situation seemed particularly strange, since well-informed sources had indicated previously that his profile was not suitable for the job at hand. It has since been reported in some outlets that Tuchel turned down United, yet, given he had been so keen to speak to United and briefings made it clear he had wanted the job, that seems hard to believe. One thing United would have difficulty with is persuading any experienced manager to work within the parameters they are setting, which is more of a head coach role and similar to the job Enzo Maresca has taken up at Chelsea. Ten Hag already knows the vision and will have to adapt, but sources say he had become frustrated in recent days with the lack of clarity around his future and needed to understand if he was staying. United are working on ways to elevate the squad and also needed to clear up the managerial situation to help with clarifying plans for new signings and having them on board for pre-season. That is where Ten Hag's attention will now turn, as he is a meticulous planner who will want to make up for any lost time. United's squad reconvene in a month and then head to California in 6 weeks for friendly matches against Arsenal in Los Angeles and Real Betis in San Diego. The ideal plan is for new faces to familiarize themselves with the squad, ahead of one further match against Liverpool in Colombia, before they fully focus on a new Premier League season. United's plans to focus on defense with transfer plans. Jarrad Branthwaite is a key target at the right price. Priority remains centered around a new centre-back. Jarrad Branthwaite is understood to be open to joining, but United are in a position where they do not intend to cave in over Everton's demands. There have been reports that United would not move forward with any transfer plans until the managerial situation is sorted out, but that did not fit with information GMS sources have declared, stating certain transfer targets are being lined up and are considered to be manager-proof. The club are not signing players specifically to fit with a manager's particular style of play, but to fit with a club philosophy that will be in place for years to follow. Branthwaite is believed to be one of those signings, but many other long-term targets are too. Either way, they will be playing under Ten Hag at the start of the new season. United cannot let the Branthwaite situation drag on too long, but there remains hope they can strike a deal. The reality around it though is it will remain a tough negotiation, because Everton are remaining stubborn over his valuation and Manchester United's current stance of being willing to offer £45 to £50 million does not suit the Toffees. We have been consistent in reporting on GMS that Jean-Claire Todibo of Nice remains a top-level candidate to be targeted for a more straightforward transfer if the Branthwaite deal does not find a breakthrough. Lania Euro is also back on the table for a transfer from Lille after an expected move to Real Madrid failed to emerge. It is a complicated situation and various agents are in touch with the club about other backup alternatives too. United are keen on Jonathan&Zirkzee. Doubts remain on how the Bologna forward would fit in beyond the back-line urgency. United need to sign a forward to complement Rasmus Højlund, and Jonathan&Zirkzee is being linked. While United have held interest in him and he has been offered to the club, there is a problem in terms of the player fitting into the side. Zirkzee, 23, is coming off the back of a brilliant season at Bologna and wants to step up to become a more established forward by joining a club with a higher profile. AC Milan want him as their main frontman and Juventus have shown some interest too, but the player has been touted around England and last week we revealed his representatives had told United, Chelsea and Arsenal that they had to make a quick decision if they wanted to sign him, as he was on the verge of a transfer inside Serie A. United are keen, but have a long-standing plan for Højlund to be developed into one of the Premier League's top goalscorers, and it is unclear how Zirkzee would be able to meet his own incentives and ambitions if he is competing with a player who is seen as so pivotal to the club's future. Zirkzee is a different type of forward to Højlund and would certainly improve United's squad strength and depth, and United need to convince him he will not be a bench player. Also to be taken into consideration is the potential signing of Michael Olise, the Crystal Palace attacker who is also wanted by Chelsea. United have reinforcements to be made in the middle of the park as well, but it is unclear exactly when those specific targets will be defined. The club have been working on various plans, but a key objective is to offload Casemiro and find Kobbie Mainoo a new partner. Ten Hag's situation is finally being sorted and now United can turn more attention to fixing their team. Behind the scenes, they are at work to ensure the process becomes more smooth than the recent managerial search. Manchester United get Mason Greenwood advice as transfer update emerges. Mason Greenwood has not played for Manchester United since January 2022. Rio Ferdinand has said he would need a conversation with Mason Greenwood to find out where his head is at, before deciding on the forward's future at Manchester United. The 22-year-old joined Getafe on a season-long loan in September, following a period of 19 months without playing for United after he was charged by Greater Manchester Police with attempted rape, controlling and coercive behaviour and assault. However, all charges against Greenwood were eventually dropped and he subsequently made the move to Spain at the start of the 2023-24 season to resume his playing after United insisted there would be difficulties with him recommencing his career at Old Trafford. The forward has 12 months left on his current deal and Serie A giants Juventus are in talks with United over a move, with Napoli also be interested in the one-cap England international. Men's Sport understands Greenwood won't play for United again after the botched attempt to reintegrate the academy graduate last summer, and he looks set for a move to Italy, with progress made over a permanent departure. When asked about Greenwood's future at Old Trafford, Ferdinand insisted it should be a club decision rather than a one-person decision. I would need a conversation with him as well and find out where his head is at. To find out the temperature around the club, six-time Premier League winner Ferdinand told Mail Sport. I would probably even have communication with the right supporters groups as well. I think it is a real club decision rather than a one-person decision. In August 2023, the Manchester United Supporters Trust criticised the club for its handling of Greenwood's future after a lengthy, 7-month review into the forward's conduct. The supporters group insisted the complete lack of consultation with fans even with respect to process added fuel to the fire and reflected poorly on the club. In February, meanwhile, United's new minority owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe insisted it was quite clear the club would have to make a fresh decision on Greenwood's future this summer. Wildcard striker Option has told Man United what they want to hear ahead of transfer window. Manchester United need to strengthen their forward options this summer, and Lille ace Jonathan David could be an option. Lille striker Jonathan David has already admitted he would be receptive to a move to the Premier League amid reports linking him with Manchester United. The Canada international was name-checked earlier this week as one of 3 strikers on a 3-man shortlist that United have reportedly drawn up ahead of this summer's transfer window. The club has ambitions of adding to its attacking ranks as they prepare to say farewell to Anthony Martial. The Frenchman will officially leave Old Trafford at the end of this month when his contract expires on June 30th. His impending exit will leave Rasmus Højlund as the only recognised senior striker on the club's books. United accept the Dane, despite scoring 16 goals in his maiden season at Old Trafford, needs a degree of competition. Martial missed most of the 2023-24 campaign, meaning the former Atalanta ace was unable to lean on any substantial support. It also meant that United, when Højlund was unavailable through injury, did not have a like-for-like replacement they could call upon. Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford were sometimes deployed at the forefront of United's attack. In a bid to resolve that problem, United have made signing a striker one of their leading objectives. They accept they need a new number 9 and must find a suitable replacement for Martial. David, who scored 26 goals for Lille in 2023-24, has been linked with a move to Old Trafford at various junctures over the last couple of years, and his contract status means he could be a viable option this summer. He has just 12 months remaining on his current deal in France. He has been linked with other clubs such as Chelsea, Napoli, and Roma. Scoring 52 goals over the last 2 seasons in France, the attacker is on the brink of breaking into the category of being classed as an elite-level goal-getter. As a result, he is being linked with some of Europe's top leagues, and he has already confessed that he can picture himself playing in England. Speaking back in 2022, David said, "In England, when I watch the matches, everything is full each time. As a player, it motivates you even more. I don't know, I think it's possible, very possible, I could play in England one day. I don't know if I can find myself anywhere other than the Premier League. It could well be the Premier League. It's a very nice atmosphere." He added, "I am aware of nothing. When I am at the World Cup, I am just focused on trying to enjoy the World Cup and enjoying the moment. What happens after I do not know, we will have to see. The Premier League is the best league in the world, and I think every player would want to play there someday." David, who has been included in Canada's squad for the upcoming Copa America, could be available in a reduced price deal this summer because of his contract status. However, the fact Erik Ten Hag's preferred formation features just one striker could be a sticking point. David will not be prepared to come to Old Trafford and sit on the bench every week, watching Højlund continue as chief striker. That is the main obstacle United will have to overcome when trying to strengthen their forward line this summer, regardless of who they attempt to bring in.